come here. Damn, bitch, don't you have a hobby? I'm kidding. I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that you're listening to me. Anyway, hi, how are you doing? How was your week? Again, I'm recording this episode seconds before it's being released because you want to know what? Okay, last week my excuse was that I was busy, and then I was so busy and I had so much things to do. My excuse this week, unfortunately, is that I was just playing Fortnite for the past 2 days. So usually I take off Monday nights and Tuesday nights. Any other day of the week is kind of like fair game. Not that I go every other day of the week, but it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. But typically, I don't work on Mondays and Tuesdays. So those are kind of like my off days. So those are the days that I record the podcast because they're released every Wednesday. I purposely plan that. That's why I picked Wednesdays as the release date. But I haven't. It's Wednesday right now. Babe, the assignment was due 5 hours ago. It's Wednesday right now. It is noon on Wednesday. And I know that there's probably a few people that are a little mad at me right now. Getting mad. The episode is not going to be released for Guys, this is a one-woman show, okay? This is a one-woman show. I record it, I edit it, I post it. Sometimes a girl just has to crank 90s and Fortnite. And you can't do that, okay? I worked my ass off this week. Usually at the club, at the beginning of the month, is fucking horrible. That's kind of just like a standard in the industry. That the beginning of the month sucks because everyone just needs rent, bills, whatever. So usually that first week is kind of good. But surprisingly, this past weekend was pretty good for me. I did fairly well, and I'm gonna chalk that up to the fact that it's December and that people are in the giving mood. So I'm really gonna try to work on this month because I have been spending lately a lot of money, and we're gonna get into that. But usually in December, I'd say that people, in my experience, customers are feeling in the giving mood. They get Christmas bonuses, all that shit, and they just give it to you, girl. They give it to me. So hopefully that's how it's going to go. We'll see. But like I said, I have been spending a lot of money, fortunately, but not in a bad way. So I just bought a MacBook, a brand new MacBook. It's actually supposed to be here today. I don't know when, but at some point. So I'm excited. I just ordered it 2 days ago, and it's already, I was like, damn, Apple, that's good, fast service. But ordered a MacBook. I never had a laptop growing up. I didn't have one. I never did. Maybe 3 years ago, I bought one. I bought a brand new MacBook 3 years ago, and I never used it. I sold it. I bought it being this was when I first started being oh, I'm gonna DJ. Still don't know how to DJ 3 years later. But I bought a MacBook, and I was like, I'm gonna DJ. I need a laptop. I'm gonna DJ, and guess what? Never fucking used it. So I sold it. And yeah, growing up I never had one. My family had a big, one of those big MacBooks, the family computer type shit. I remember me and my friends back in the day, we used to go on Omegle, and usually people would go in their you would do Omegle, and you would be in your friend's bedroom on their laptop, but we didn't give a fuck. We were in my family office room, and my living room was right there. Sometimes my parents would walk by and be like, you guys cool? We'd be like, yeah. We switched the tab over to Facebook. We'd be like, yeah. There's really a dick on the screen. Oh man, we did not give a fuck. But yeah, there's some big upgrades happening, guys. Big upgrades. I'm moving in silence. But big things happening. Just know I'm moving in silence. So big things coming. So I'm excited about that. I got the laptop. I have a surprise for you guys around Christmas time. I'm not gonna go into it. But I have a little surprise for you guys. It's really good. So we're really up in the budget here, okay? We're really up in the budget. And I just became approved to do ad reads for Spotify. So Round of applause for me again. You need to hit like a certain amount of listeners and stuff. I don't know, but I did it, so yay! So hopefully, so just know if you see me doing ad reads, money, baby. I'm making money off this shit. But hopefully one day I'll get some and I'll be doing ad reads for like CD and shit, you know? But a girl can dream. I also wanted to talk about, I saw the Beyonce movie this week. My best friend Rachel, she asked if we could go see it. And honestly, I don't come for me. Love Beyonce, like love her as a person, but I am not the biggest Beyonce stan. Like off of the new album, like I never actually gave it a listen. I've heard, obviously all the popular songs that are on it, I know just because I've heard it a million fucking times, but I never like went out of my way to like listen to the Beyonce album. So I wouldn't consider myself a Beyonce stan. And even when I was younger, I was like, I liked her, but I was never like, Beyonce! Like, you know what I mean? But let me just fucking tell you, after seeing the goddamn Renaissance movie, I am part of the Beehive, baby. I am part of the Beehive. Oh my god. Like, first of all, Rachel was like, can we go see the Beyonce movie? And I was like, yeah, fine, whatever. I was like, I'm trying to see Saltburn or whatever the fuck that shit was called. But cool, we can see the Beyonce movie. And I'm thinking, I'm like, whatever, it's just gonna be like a replay of the concert. It was so good. And like all of the behind the scenes, I'm not gonna like spoil it for those people who haven't seen it, but like all the behind the scenes stuff that goes on that you don't like, you don't think about, you know? It is so crazy how much like time and effort that she put into it. And I'm just like, damn, like, she was saying that it took 4 years for them to plan this tour. 4 fucking years. Are you kidding? And there was so much that went into it. And there were instances where she would be like, you know, can we get like a different light in here or whatever she would ask for. And me so please. And the tech guys that were working on this, they'd be like, oh, well, we don't have, like, there isn't another one. And then she'd be like, well, I actually just Googled it and there is. So, and they'd be like, well, yeah, we actually can try to get that one. Like, bitch, are you fucking kidding? You're gonna talk to Beyonce like that? That's insane. Like, no. That's why men have the fucking audacity. Miso! Please, hold on. He's trying to knock me down. One thing that men will always have is the audacity. Like if they, I literally saw a TikTok of a girl talking about this. Like if a guy is gonna talk to Beyonce like that, you know, just imagine what they do to everyday peasants like us. So like what the fuck? And there's just so much shit that she had to micromanage and really be on top of shit because like if she didn't do it, like it wasn't gonna get done. And she hadn't had a day off in like fucking 40 or so days. I'm like, I actually could never do that. Like, I simply could never. I would actually lose my fucking mind. And she has kids, too. So she has to, like, balance being a mom and being on tour. And I'm like, oh my god, I would lose my mind. Like, there's no way in hell that I would ever be able to pull something off like that. At any caliber. I don't think it matters how much money I have. I don't think I'd ever be able to do something of that caliber, ever. Because I simply would just be like, they would be like, Vanilla, tonight you're doing Madison Square Garden. It's sold out. Like, okay, you're on in 30 minutes. And I'd be like, nah. And they'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Everyone's here, like, you have to. I'd be like, I'm tired. I'm kind of eepy. I'd be like, I'm sleepy. I don't really, no, I'm hungry. I'd be like, no, my head kind of hurts. Can we just do it another day? I would have there's just really no way. So I really, like, started to think, I'm like, damn, like, I think it's so crazy that artists, like, tour and shit, even with like a lot of money, like you're still on like a tour bus, like you're not like, I mean you're still living good, but you're not like, you're touring, you're on a bus most of the time, you're flying, you're like probably getting no fucking sleep. Like I just couldn't. And then it reminds me of that video of Michael Jackson when he's in an interview and they're like, do you like touring? And he's like, no, I hate touring. I actually really hate touring. And they're like, wait, cut. Like, you gotta say that, like, they're like, can you just say that? She's like, oh, you want me to say that I like it? He's like, well, I was trying, I'm trying to be honest. I really don't like it. So then they like re-ask him. And they're like, so how do you feel about touring? He's like, I love touring. It's so funny. Because I'm just like that real. Like, he's so real for that. Because there's just no way. And I really, really applaud any artist, any of you, and I know people that have been on tour, like any of you who have been on tour for, whether it's a big fucking production or something like more local and small, if you have been on a tour of any sort, you are one of God's strongest soldiers. Just know that. So, I salute you, brother. Or sister. I salute you. Just know. Also, do you guys like my Hello Kitty cup? I think I got this from Universal. I don't remember. If I did, it was probably like $49.99. Because what the fuck, those prices are crazy. The last time I went to Universal was around Halloween Horror Nights. I did the Halloween Horror Night this past year. But I hadn't been to a theme park in a really long time. And actually, this was not on my agenda. This was not on my agenda to talk about today. But I'm going to tell you guys a crazy, silly story. About the reason why I haven't been back to a theme park in a very long time. And some of you already know where I'm going with this. Some of you already know this story, because I've talked about it on live on TikTok. And some of my like personal friends, they already know this story. But about 2 Aprils ago, so not this past April, but the one before that, me and my ex, the one who was like, I've mentioned him before, he's like the best guy on the face of the planet and he deserves everything. Not my most recent ex, but the one before that. We went to Disney. He wanted to surprise me. We went to Disneyland for the day, and I am not good with surprises. I really wish I was. I really wish that I could be like, oh my God. But if you tell me like, oh, I have something planned for you, I have a surprise, like, no. What the fuck is it? I need to know right now. I need to know right now, because I need to plan. No, we're not doing that shit. Nip that shit in the bud. No surprises around here. And I'm sorry, I wish I was more whimsical. Okay, I wish I had more childlike wonder. And I wish that I could enjoy surprises. Maybe if you guys, like, the only way that I could ever enjoy is like a surprise, if it was like a surprise party or something, is if I had absolutely not a fucking clue that it was happening. And then maybe in the moment I would enjoy it. Also depends on my mood for that day. Really, I'm not a surprise girl. If you are planning on doing anything surprise for me, I would rethink that. Gifts, that's fine, a gift. But if it's like something that I have to go to and there's like, I'll take a surprise gift any day. But if it's like an event or something where I need to like plan to be around people and shit, you might want to go back to the drawing board. But, let's rethink that one. So, my ex wanted to surprise me with Disney tickets. And I don't know how I like kind of knew. I don't remember. But I had like kind of figured it out. So I kind of knew that's what we were doing that day, okay? So, he tells me, I'm like, oh my God. Kind of had a feeling, but it's fine. But I was still excited. Love me some Disneyland. We love Disneyland over here. Okay, I'm not a Disney adult, but borderline, because I used to go to Disney in Florida, Disney World, with my family when we were younger, and that was like literally some of the best memories that I have in my entire life. So it holds a very special place in my heart. So Disneyland, next best thing. And we had been, mind you, 2 other times, maybe even 3 or other times. Me and him had been 2 or 3 other times, and I had a great grand old time. But note that we went on off days, so like middle of the week, on days where it was probably like cooler. It wasn't like super hot out. But this day that we went, it was a little hot, and it was on a Saturday, and it was in the middle of, they do this like food and wine festival, so it was like extra fucking packed in there. So we get there, first thing we do is we get in line for the ride. It's this ride, it's like you're in a big, it's like a water ride. So you're in like a circular fucking thing, and everyone's facing each other in a circle, and then it just kind of like, it's like a water rapid thing. So we're in line for that. We're waiting in line for maybe 30 minutes. We're like halfway through the line. All of a sudden, the fucking loudspeaker goes off, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry, the ride's down right now, like, sorry, you gotta go. We're like, oh, fuck. So then we're like, all right, well, let's go eat something. So we go to eat something, cool, and then we go back. We're like, oh, it's back up. Let's go back in, because, like, after, I don't know, they figured it out, we go back in line again. We wait in line for 45 minutes this time. Again, after 45 minutes, they're like, ride's done. We're like, are you fucking kidding? So now we've been at Disneyland for like over 2 hours, haven't done one goddamn thing. I'm like, fuck, man. And I'm not one of those people that I like to be there all day. I'm like, I'll do a few rides, eat something good, you know, give me like 3-4 hours tops, and I'm out. Like, I'm not spending all goddamn day and night at Disney. I want to enjoy myself, and then when I'm fucking tired, we're going. So I'm like starting to get, I don't know, I get this like pent up like anxiety. I'm like, okay, we haven't even done anything, like, ugh. And so then we go to do the Little Mermaid ride, okay? We get on the Little Mermaid ride. We did that one, okay? We did the Little Mermaid. And it's like a children ride, you know? It's like one of those ones where you just like go through and you like see all the, you know, it's cute. We do the Little Mermaid ride. Dude, I don't know what the fuck happened. We come off of the Mermaid ride. We're walking. We're about to like go to this like boardwalk area. And all of a sudden, like, this panic just fills my body. And I'm no stranger to panic attacks, okay? I am no stranger to panic attacks. But this panic just fills my fucking body. I'm like, I need to sit down. Like, I'm not okay. I'm thinking I'm going to, like, throw up and pass out, okay? I'm hot. There's a lot of people. I'm flipping the fuck out. So I sit down. I'm just, like, sitting kind of, like, off in the corner. People are walking by. I'm like sitting on the ground, okay? I'm not like sitting in a chair. I'm just like on the ground on the side of this fucking boardwalk. I'm breathing heavy. I like start really, really freaking out. And then what made it worse for me was the fact that I was already freaking out. And then in my head, I was like, oh my God, we are so far away from my car right now. Like, you know, and then I'm like, you know what would be worse? If you started freaking out even more because you're so far away from the exit plan right now. And that's kind of how my anxiety is. It's like, I need an escape route. I need an exit plan. And there was not one. So we were like very deep into the park. We would have had to walk like at least like 10-15 minutes back just to the entrance of the park, and then we would have had to wait for the shuttle that brings you back to your car. So I was like, oh my God, I can't, and it was like my world was ending and collapsing, and then my stomach started to hurt. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna pass out, and I'm overheating. I literally we had like a water bottle, I start like pouring it on I'm like dumping it on my head, and it's so embarrassing. And then I take my shoes off because I'm like hot. I'm like, oh my God, my feet are on fire. Take my shoes off. So just imagine me on the side of this boardwalk at Disneyland, dumping water on myself, shoes off. I had a black shirt on, but I had like a tank top under it. I took the black, because it was like a big, heavy, fucking black shirt. I take the black shirt off. I'm losing my fucking marbles. And my poor ex, he's the sweetest guy in America. He's like, are you okay? Like, what do you need me to do? Like, he was not, like, making me feel like an idiot or anything. He was just like, what do you need? Like, you know, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. We need to get the fuck out of here. We need to get the fuck out of here. But I was freaking out so bad that I was like, I can't even walk. Like, I feel like if I stand up right now, like, I'm gonna pass out. Like, see if you can get a wheelchair just to wheel me out of this bitch. I was dead serious, right? So he calls over a cast member, and then he's like, hey, my girlfriend's really freaking out. Like, you know, is there any way that she can get her a wheelchair just to like get her out of here, like just to go to the front of the park? And this guy was such a fucking asshole, dude. He was not working at the happiest place on earth that day, okay? He was like, well, we can't just give out wheelchairs to everyone who asks for them, so no. Meanwhile, I'm on the ground, covered in water, no shoes. I'm like, dude, do you really think I want the wheelchair that bad that I'm just like putting on this fucking show? Like, this is so embarrassing. I was like, okay, and then he's like, okay, well, what do we do? And he's like, well, I can call over the nurse, and then the nurse can assess her, and then she can get her a wheelchair. And I was being such a bitch. I'm like, yeah, fucking bring the nurse then. Bring the nurse. And he's like, okay. So then bring the nurse, and it's like another 5 minutes for me waiting for the nurse, which feels like a fucking eternity. The nurse comes over, and she was just an angel sent from heaven, man. She was such a fucking angel. She was this older woman, and she was like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I was just like, yes, I'm okay. Like, I just have panic attacks sometimes, and I'm just having a really bad one right now. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I was so embarrassed. And I'm like, I just really need to get out. Like, I just need to get to the front of the park. Like, please, can we just go? Like, I'm just so over it at this point. And she's like, okay, well, I just need you to, like, fill out some information, whatever. So I, like, fill out a little paper with, like, it was basically just, like, my name. And then she, like, hands me this little card, and she was like, I know it probably doesn't matter right now, but you can email this email that's on the card, and you can tell them what happened, and that they can give you, they might give you free tickets to come for another day. Like, they might just, like, give you extra tickets to come back. She was like, since you weren't here for that long. I was like, angel, what an angel. So, she fucking wheels me to the front of the park. But I will say I felt really cool in this moment because I had her wheeling me, and then there was another cast member who was like, he was like, everyone move out the way, move out the way. And he was like escorting me. I was like, yeah. And you know that picture? I'm gonna insert it right now. The picture of Young Thug in the wheelchair, and he has a neck pillow on. And he's eating vanilla wafers. That is exactly what I felt like in that moment. Once I got in the wheelchair, I started to like calm down a little bit. I was still freaking out. She was like, let me take your blood pressure, whatever. She's doing all this shit, and I'm just like, girl, just get me out of here. So they wheel me to the front of the park. We get on the shuttle, and even on the shuttle, I'm still like having like coming and going like panic attacks. Like I would be okay for like 30 seconds, and then I would like absolutely freak out. But in my head, like the whole time, even when I was on the side of the boardwalk, like people weren't like staring at me. You know what I mean? I kind of was just like sitting on the ground, like I just looked like a girl who was just hot and needed a break. Like I wasn't screaming or like freaking out, like, you know what I mean? But I just for context here, I'm gonna insert a picture of me at the beginning of the day, at that day, and then this picture right here is me. Literally, this is me in the wheelchair, and the fucked up makeup is not from me crying. It was from me pouring the water on myself because I hadn't started crying yet. So those pictures are fucking hilarious. I laugh about it now because at the time it was literally one of the worst panic attacks I've ever had, but now, it's a little laughable, okay? So we all giggle about it now. We go to the front, we get on the thing, we get on the shuttle, I go back to the car, and the second I get in the car, I just start crying. And my ex is like, wait, why are you crying? And I'm just like, I just feel so stupid, like what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why can't I just be like normal? Like, why does my brain work like this? And I just felt so defeated. Like, I was just like, man, like, why can't I just be like a normal person and just like not freak out about the stupidest things? And one of my biggest fears is like passing out. And I've never passed out once, not once in my life have I ever passed out. But every time I have a panic attack, I'm like, oh man, this is it. This is the time it's gonna happen. It never does. So, and that's the thing that people with anxiety don't really understand. It's like, they're like, well, why don't you just calm down? Oh my God, thank you so much. Even with my panic attacks, I know that they're like self-induced, but when you're in the moment and it's actually happening, like it all just feels so real that you like don't even know what to do. Like, even though you know in the back of your mind that it's not, you are kind of doing it to yourself and it's not real, it still feels so real that you're like, your brain just psychs you out. So it's just one of those things. It's like, it's just super shitty. But yeah, I was fucking crying, and then once I got literally the second I was in the car, I was totally fine. I was totally fine, chilling. I was like, can we go get McDonald's or something? I was like, I was like, man, like, we needed to get the fuck out of here. And then I went back home, and we just kind of chilled for the rest of the night. And he was so sweet. He was like, he did not care. He was like, I don't care. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. And yeah, so he was really, really good when it came to like my anxiety and stuff like that. But dude, ever since then, the thing that sucks about having, at least with me, with having a really, really bad panic attack like that, what usually happens after the fact is now anything that I do, I'm like kind of hyper aware, and I'm like, oh man, what if I panic attack? Like since I had a bad panic attack, it like triggers me to like always be on edge about every fucking thing. So then for like the next few months, like anywhere that I went, I remember like a few days after, one of my friends wanted to go to the Santee Alley. For those who don't live in LA, what Santee Alley is, it's basically this, it's like a couple of streets worth of like stores, but it's like everything's kind of like discounted, and it's always like super fucking crowded. And she wanted to go to the Santee Alley, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can go, but like, just know, like, if I get anxious, like, I'm gonna. Dude, we got there, and as soon as we got there, I was like, dude, I can't do this shit. But now I can go to the Santee Alley, and I'm fucking fine. Like, I'm chilling. But there was a point in time where, man, I like really couldn't do shit, especially with other people, because like I could go do shit by myself, because I'd be like, well, if I get anxious, I could just leave. But when I was with other people, I felt like a burden, and I would be like, man, if I freaked out right now, like, that would really suck for this person. And then I do, because I think about it too hard. So fuck, man, it's just like a never-ending cycle. But it has gotten, I've been a lot better. And I went to Universal for Halloween Horror Nights this past Halloween, and that was the first time that I've been to any sort of amusement park since the Disney freak out, and I did pretty good. I did good. There was a few moments where I had a few panic attacks, like internally, and there was like I needed a second, but then after that I was chilling. Like the second that we got on the Jurassic Park ride, the second the boat pulled away, I was like, we need to get off. I need to get off. And it's one of my favorite rides. And not that I was scared of the ride. I'm just like, I'm scared of being like stuck on something where I can't leave. Like there's no way for me to get off. That's what freaks me out. And so I was like, we need to get off. We need to get off. And I went with my other ex, my more recent one, and he was like, you're fine. And he was literally talking to me like a baby. He was like, oh, look at the dinosaur. Hey, look at the dinosaur. And it worked. That's the sad part, is that it worked. I was like, I guess that dinosaur is kind of cool. And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, and then what totally took me out of it is there's one part of the Jurassic Park ride where it's two baby dinosaurs, and they both are biting like a bucket hat of like one of the employees that they like fucking killed, and they're like tugging it back and forth. It's like a little animatronic, and I was like, look at them. That's kind of cute. And then he was like, yes, okay, woo, look, oh, water, the water. And it's just so funny because it really worked, and then I stopped freaking. And then the rest of the ride, I had the best time of my life. And then the second I got off the ride, I was like, why do cats wait until I start recording to do the most insane shit that they've ever wanted to do? It's Chai this time. It's not even Miso. That's the crazy part. Girl, get down. She's like up in the closet. She looks like she doesn't know how to get down. Do you need help? Do you need help? I don't think she knows how to get down. Oh no, here she comes. Oh, here she goes. And anyway, so yeah, so then as soon as we got off the ride, I was having the best. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go do Transformers, fuck yeah. I was so excited. So yeah, I did pretty good. I did good. And that was my last amusement park experience. But I still have yet to conquer Disney. And you know what? Maybe I'll go to Disney by myself one of these days, but not anytime soon. Because aren't we on like a Disney band? Disney's part of the band, right? Disney, Starbucks, McDonald's. I think Disney's part of that. So fuck Disney right now. Fuck Disney. But I'm gonna stand on that. So maybe I won't go to Disney. Fuck that. But yeah, man, that shit was crazy. What else do I got? I'm like, shit. What else are we talking about today? And what is Rachel blowing up my phone about? Hold on. What does this girl want from me? She's SOS emergency. Answer now. Huh. Let me text her back. Hold on. Recording podcast. Something about the Christmas time of year always makes me want. Oh, the dress is up. Ooh. Wait, let's FaceTime Rachel. Let's FaceTime Rachel on the pod. Because we're going to a work Christmas party. Oh, you're on the podcast. Oh my God. Hold on, we have to show the people. Oh my God, look at this sexy, gorgeous dress that my best friend is wearing. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it fits like a glove, Rachel. Oh yeah. Baby, grind on me. Relax your body, ready time on me. It looks so good. I was being shady. I did tell her that she should get this dress in a bigger size because I thought that it would be too. Rachel, oh my God, you're eating and I'm starving. Okay, so for context, we're going to our work Christmas party. It's a stripper Christmas party essentially on Monday, next Monday. It's next Monday. So we ordered very gorgeous, sexy outfits. And my outfit is cute, but Rachel's outfit is eating down. Your stomach is so good. Wow. Let me see like the bottom. Is it too long? Because she's a short queen. But you're gonna have heels on, so it should be fine, huh? Like stand on your tippy toes. Go back up. I can't see, bitch. You gotta keep going. So keep going. Go back up some more. Oh, that's perfect. That's literally perfect. Oh my God, I can't get over how beautiful it is. Is it like stretchy? Wow, that is gorgeous. Oh my God. Wow. She looks great. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get back to it. Bye. Alright, bye. Oh my God. Wow. Did you see that? Did you guys see that? I hope you could see it on the fucking thing. She looked great. Oh my God. So my outfit is, I have this black dress. It's a black tube top dress. And it kind of has like ruffles going down the sides. And then I got these black boots, and the boots are the highlight of the outfit. The boots are the highlight of the outfit, okay? They're like these black, they're almost like the shark boots, the Givenchy shark boots. They're these black boots, like, and there's studs all over them. There's silver studs all over them. Oh my God, and they're so gorgeous. And after this, me just talking about how I need to stop spending money at the beginning of the podcast, I'm gonna go to Melrose, and I'm gonna go buy some Vivienne Westwood earrings to match, because I love Vivienne Westwood. Like my necklace is Vivienne, my earrings are Vivienne. I'm always wearing Vivienne Westwood, but I always wear gold, and this outfit is silver. Like the shoes are silver. So I'm like, I have a silver Vivienne Westwood necklace. It's a big like statement piece necklace that I only wear for like special occasions. So I'm gonna wear the big necklace, and then I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna try to find like some cunty silver or like diamond Vivienne Westwood earrings, and I'm very excited. Even though I said I was gonna stop spending money, but that's it, guys. That's it. And I'm going to work tonight, so hopefully I make $20 million. Yeah, it's fine. But wow, oh my God, yeah, that So we're going to our work Christmas party. The club that we work at, the owner owns like a bunch of different clubs as well, like a bunch of other strip clubs. So this Christmas party apparently is like the event of the fucking century. There are like thousands of people that come to this damn thing because it's all of the employees from every club, all of the dancers, like everyone, the bouncers, the bartenders, the waitresses, everyone is in that bitch. The managers, like everyone. And each club gets a table, and we get bottle service. Like, it is gonna be on and poppin'. We keep it on and poppin'. It's gonna be on and fucking poppin' that bitch. And oh my god, I thought, and I was being a hater. I told Rachel, because she has the biggest fucking ass in California. That's our like ongoing joke. We always like say, she has the biggest ass in California. Like, that's it. She wins. She has the biggest ass in California. So, because my girl, she's snipped, hips, ass in the cardio, hello, motherfucker. Yeah, she's built like a Barbie, okay? She's snipped like a Barbie. So my girl has a giant booty, and a teeny little waist, tiny little invisible waist, and a giant ass. So she has to buy shit in like big sizes and then get it like taken in a lot of the time because no one's built like that. Like, it's always built like that. So I told her, because the dress is from Jaded London, and I was like, you probably should get the biggest size they have. She was like, no, I think I need a 12. And I was like, I think you should get a 14, and the 12 fits her like a glove, man. I was being a hater. And that shit looks better on her than it did on the fucking model in the picture. So, yeah, I'm excited. We are gonna fucking eat. We're gonna devour. And we're gonna have so much fun. And I'm gonna vlog the whole fucking thing, because it's gonna be we are gonna have a time. And hopefully I don't have to drag Rachel out of there unconscious, because I know how that girl likes to get her party on. So, but the last thing that I wanted to talk about before I take some calls is the Christmas spirit, and something about around Christmas time really makes me want to go to the casino. And I don't know what it is about the fucking casino, man. I'm a fiend for the casino. I love to gamble, but I never spend a lot of money because I hate losing money. So that's why I'll try to go with tricks, and then I spend their money, and then it's fine. So it's not like I'm losing money out of my pocket, you know what I mean? But I used to have this, I wouldn't even call him a trick because he was better than that. He was like, oh my god, he was the best. I loved him in Boston. And he was more of like a sugar daddy, but he was just the best. I love that guy. And sugar daddy without the sugar. I didn't even give him no sugar, surprisingly. So, not surprisingly, okay, that's shady. Not surprisingly, because I did get a lot out of him for not having to do shit. So we would go shopping all the time, Gucci, this, that, the other. Like, he loved him some Gucci, and Gucci is definitely not one of my favorite brands. But I would be like, look, we're here, so what am I gonna not get something? So we were at the casino one day, and he's like a big casino fiend too. And we went to go. There's an oyster bar that was in the casino. And he was like, don't let me on that casino floor. Whatever you do, don't let me go play. And I was just like, all right, fine. And then once we're done eating, he was like, come on, let's go play something. I'm like, you just said that we shouldn't go. And then he's like, come on, let's just go a little bit. Like, just play a few slots. That's all. We'll just do the slot machines. I'm like, oh, God, okay. So we go. He puts $100 into a machine, hits it, fucking gone. And he's like, all right. Puts another $100, hits it, gone. He's like, all right, let's go again. Another 100, gone. And then he does $400, and none of it hits. We lose all the money. Well, not we, bitch. He did. And then he's like, oh, well, let's try to make it back. He goes over to the roulette table. For those of you who don't know how roulette works, there is a ball that spins in like a big thing that has a bunch of numbers, and each number is either red or black. So it goes red, black, red, black, red, black. So wherever the ball lands, you win money if you got the number or if you got the color, or there's like a bunch of things that go into it. He was betting on the color. He was betting on that whatever number it landed on, it was going to be red. So he put $1,000 on red. It hits black. He's like, all right, again. There's another 1,000 on red. It's black. He's like, oh my fucking god. Another 1,000 on red, and it hits black. So he's like, man, fuck this. He calls his niece, who's like around my age, and love her. If she's listening right now, I fucking love her. She's so cool, and she's so pretty, and her body is tea, okay? Her body is tea. Love her. So he calls her, and he, because the way that, like, they all lived in the same, like, they had, like, this big house, but they all lived in the same, like, he lived in one floor, and then she lived in another floor, I think. I don't really know, but she lived where he was also living too. So he calls her, and he was like, yo, go in my safe, and go get $20,000, and I'm gonna Uber you to the casino right now. And she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh my god, this shit is not going well at all. This girl pulls up to the casino in sweatpants, and she's just holding the money in her hand. And he's like, what are you doing? Why do you have it in? She's just holding it in her hand. And he was so irritated at this point. He was like, he gave us both like $100. He's like, you guys go somewhere, like, please. Go get a fucking drink. Miso! Ah! Miso! How long was he like that for? What's wrong with you? Did you see his little feet? Oh, you okay? Oh my god, if you're listening on audio, my cat just got stuck. Oh my god. He looks so embarrassed. Ignore him. He looks very embarrassed. Oh my god, that was so funny. So he's playing, and we're just like drinking, you know, doing our own thing, and he ended up losing about $9,000. And I told him, I was like, you could have gave me $5 and called it a day. And he was like, man, shut up. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then there was another time that I was at the casino. I went to work one night. It sucked. I made like $200, and then I was like, fuck it, I want to go to the casino. And I went. It was like a Tuesday night. I'm playing roulette, and then these two guys walk over, and they have like a shit ton of money, a shit ton of chips, and they put a bunch of chips on number 7. Number 7. This many fucking chips. And for those of you who don't know, this is like, each chip is $5. And the way the roulette works, if you win 35 times your money. So if you win off of one chip, it's 5 times 35. So let me look at what is that? Is there not a calculator on it? There's no calculator on the iPad? Alright, fuck it. Whatever 5 times 35 is. It's a lot of fucking money. Probably like $500 something on it. Off of $5, shit, I'll take it. So they put like this many fucking chips, okay? And then I put 2 chips. I put 2 little chips. And they were like, it's gonna hit. And then it hits. And everyone goes fucking crazy. They're like, oh my god. They're like professional gamblers. So they like, this is not new to them. So they won like probably like $10,000. I don't even fucking know. Like, just like that. They kept the chips on 7 for the second spin. They were like, it's gonna hit again. Keep it there. It's gonna hit again. It hit again. And I'm over here hyped because I'm like, hell yeah, I just won a little bit of money too. I put my 2 little chips on it. I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh my god, you're our good luck charm. And I'm like, me? I don't fucking know. So they gave me like, I won. I don't remember how much I ended up winning. And then they gave me like $300. And they were like, here. And long story short, I ended up leaving with like $1,000. Like I came with $200, left with $1,000 in less than like 30 minutes. And I was like, thanks guys, love you, gotta go. But for some, I don't know what it is, because I feel like every time that I would do this, it was like around Christmas time. So in my brain, I relate Christmas to the casino. But those are my silly casino stories. I feel like I've been rambling on for quite some time, so we're gonna take one call today. We're gonna take one call. So let's see. Hello, caller.
Hey Vanilla, checking in for room 222. I have a couple questions for you today. Number 1, do you believe in aliens? Number 2, do you believe in ghosts? And number 3, what is your current TV show that you're binging? Or like, what's your favorite movie you're watching right now?
Okay, Do I believe in ghosts, aliens, and what's my favorite TV show? Ghosts, yes. Aliens, yes. Yes to all of that shit. If you guys think that we are really like the only species that exists in this giant fucking universe that we're in, you're silly. There's absolutely no way. Aliens definitely exist. Ghosts absolutely exist. I'm not saying, so that's the thing. I believe ghosts exist, but I do not wish to encounter them. How about that? Even when I was younger, and my friends, I remember there was one night where my friend Hannah was sleeping with like all the girls that we were with. So why are you still back there? Hold on. Never mind. I guess he wants to hang out. My friend Hannah, this was in middle school, had a sleepover with all of the girls that we were like friends with. There were 6 of us. And we for some reason we wanted to sleep in a tent in the backyard. So her parents, they had this big ass tent. It was like a pool tent. They set it up in the backyard, and they like ran a little power cord, so we had like a little light in there. We had phone chargers and shit, and they busted out a Ouija board. And I was like, oh, oh, no, the devil is a lie. Oh, no, thank you. I am all set. And even in middle school, like when that was like the cool thing to do, and it was like, ooh, I was like, no. And they were like, put your hand on it. I was like, no, I'm not fucking touching it. Like, I'm not touching that shit. I don't care even if the Ouija board shit is fake. I don't care. I am not risking it. No, thank you. So they were doing it, and they're like, are you moving it? No, I'm not moving it. No, I'm not. Whoa. And they're all freaking out, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. So I went inside the house, and I hung out with her parents. I literally hung out with her parents in the living room, and I was like, oh, I'm not. Nope. No, thank you. And then we started fucking with them at one point. The dad would unplug the power cord so the light would go off in the tent, and you would just hear everyone scream. And that shit was so funny. But I've always been one, like, I don't fuck with that shit. I think that, like, the dead is, like, don't fuck with the dead. You know what I mean? Like, don't fuck with the dead. Like, you know, if I were ever to move into a haunted house, I'd be like, this is all you, girl? I'll go. If you want me to go, I'll get the fuck out right now. Just say the word. But I don't think all ghosts are bad, obviously. And I do think that there are people that like have like spirits and energies that like live in their spaces and stuff, like whether it's like an old house or something, and the spirit is like, you know, attached to that space or whatever. I don't think that it always necessarily has to be bad. And then, you know, you hear all these stories of people like saying that like, you know, someone died that they were like close to, and then they sent them a sign, and it was just like something that was like so specific that it could only be like specific to them or whatever. I remember one day my mom told me a story that one of her best friends passed away, who was also her cousin, and we all called her cousin Jenny. Like my family all, like I called her cousin Jenny, and that was like my mom's best friend. And they, like one night a week, every week, cousin Jenny would come over, and her and my mom would hang out, and they would watch movies, right? So, and cousin Jenny, she would always bring Dunkin' Donuts, like pumpkin muffins. She would always bring these like pumpkin muffins from Dunkin' Donuts, and they would eat them and they would watch movies, and it was really cute. Sorry, I keep saying I'm so fucking funny. I need to get better at my podcasting skills, like my talking skills, and not being like we'll get there. So my mom was like really missing her one day after she had passed, and I think my mom was just like Jenny, if you're like, can you just send me a sign, like, you know, whatever. She was like really missing her. And my mom went to Dunkin' Donuts, and she would always get like an unsweetened iced tea, and she got like a donut or something. And you know, my mom pays whatever, and you know, she's waiting. They give her the bag, they give her the drink, and she leaves. And she goes in the car, and they gave her what she ordered, and then the pumpkin muffin that she didn't order, and it was in the bag. You know. So there's like little things like that I like. Anytime I hear something like that, I'm like, oh, like chills. Like stuff like that is so crazy to me. And I have actually like seen or like gotten my cards read, and people have like these people, and not just one, like multiple of them have told me like, you know that you are like very in tune with the spiritual realm and stuff like that, like in you and your family, like you guys are very, I'm like, what the fuck? And my mom, when she would tell me these stories, she would say that when she was younger, she would like see her dead grandpa. And when my grandpa passed away when I was a baby. I was the only grandchild that was born when he was alive. So I was the oldest of all the grandchildren, so that's like kind of special. I have this tattoo on my shoulder. It's the one of the girls. It's for him. And even though I didn't like know him technically, I'm like I met him, you know, so that's like special to me. And he died of Lou Gehrig's disease, ASL, ALS, ASL, ALS. It's ALS, right? I always call it Lou Gehrig's disease. It's basically, for those of you who don't know, it's a really, really, really sad disease. So basically, your body essentially just like slowly shuts down, but your mind is still present throughout the whole thing. But like towards the end of it, like you can't do anything. You can't talk. You can't move. For some people, it gets to that point. And for him, it was like that, and it was a very quick decline. I'd say it probably took a year from they noticed his hands were shaking when he would like eat and stuff like that, and they were like, you should go get that checked out. And when they found out that the doctor told him, the first thing he asked, he was like, are my kids gonna get this? Is this hereditary? That was all he cared about. And it isn't hereditary, but that just shows what kind of person that he was. And it was a really, really slow or fast decline, and it was just sad. And towards the end of it, he could just barely like write something on a piece of paper. And my mom, I think it was the night that he passed, or I don't know if she had known that he had passed yet, or if it was the night after they found out he passed, but my mom said that she had a dream, and in her dream she was sleeping in bed, and that he was like at her bedside. He came to her bedside, and he was standing, walking, talking, and he was like, look, like I'm okay, tell Marie, my grandma, that look, I'm okay. Like, tell her not to worry, that I'm fine, yada, yada, yada. And my mom said that he touched her cheek, and that she woke up, and she had a big red face. This is what she swears. She swears on this. So I'm like, man, that's fucking crazy. But I have heard so many stories about shit like that. So I absolutely do believe that, like, spirits and ghosts and stuff are real. And aliens, too. But I don't really know as much about aliens. But I think that they're fucking out there. And my favorite TV show, dude, I barely watch shit. I really do not watch anything. Like, I'm so bad. I literally will just, like, play fucking video games. Or watch YouTube. I'm like an iPad baby. Man, I would probably have to say the fucking Renaissance movie. That was the most recent thing that I've seen, and I literally couldn't tell you the last time that I watched a TV show. It's been probably the Wednesday Addams show. That was probably the last time I watched a TV show. I'm just not a TV or movie girly. I'd rather, like, if I'm sitting here and I have free time, I'd rather, like, hop on the computer and play, like, Call of Duty. But every now and then, if, like, a series comes out that is, like, interesting, like, I'll throw it out. Kind of as, like, background noise. But yeah, that's it. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. Don't beat my ass. I know the episode's coming out later in the day. Please don't beat my ass, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Your room is ready. And here, Misa. Go get it. Okay, bye.